another video from Dr. Locke. I see these videos on YouTube all the time, and I see Amazon pallets, mystery pallets, and all these pallets that people are buying of stuff. Anyway, the opportunity arose and I thought I might give it a go. We don't get Amazon here, so what I did see was there was a pallet of lock parts, and basically they all look pretty good. I thought, I know exactly what that is. I use them all the time, and I'm getting a bit sick and tired of paying close to $100 for each one. So I thought, well, it's worth a risk. I'll see what I can do. I'll see if I can win the auction and see what it's worth. So of course with the pallets you pretty much get what you get. You don't get upset. And I thought there's going to be some, I'm probably going to get dudded on this, but for the amount of money and for what it closed at, I thought it was worth a go. And what they're actually showing me in the actual image was pretty good, because this is what they were showing me in the image. They were showing me internal 3582 handle with a cylinder. They're showing me another internal one passage and an external one, and I thought, well, they're claiming it's over $1,000 worth of material, so I thought it's worth a go. So let's have a look and see what we got. And ta-da! This is what we ended up with. Okay, so just looking over them real quick. DCA quality door furniture for narrow style. Quality door furniture of narrow style. External plate lever excess pack SCP finish. And type BB 70mm lever. It's okay. Blah blah blah. Okay, so basically to cut that short, that's what that is. Sorry, that's an external, that's an internal. So all that mumbo jumbo, BB external plate 70mm, accessory patch SCP, satin chrome P, SCP? Should be satin chrome, I don't know, satin chrome polish, I guess you could say. See, that's the next thing too. A lot of people argue. I was having it out with my multi-lock distributor today. I said I wanted an SS, and he says, oh, SC, and I'm like, okay, SC, SS, silver, satin, SCP now. I mean, every locksmith seems to have, depending on what brand or whatever you buy, everyone calls satin chrome something different. Silver, dull silver, satin silver. I mean, there's so many different ways to say it. Anyway, leave it in the comment what you call SCP or SS or SC, whatever you call it. Leave it in the comment. What do you call silver? Everyone's got a different name. Anyway, so did I do my money or not? Here we are. 96 of these bad boys. And then we move over to this one. This one is external with cylinder hole. So that's basically the right one. Here's a brand new one I'll open up just to show you. Here's a carber. So external, no screw holes, cylinder hole, and with the 70mm lever. So those ones there, definitely going to get some use out of those ones. They're cool. The internal ones that I just showed you here too, this is an actual external one. I really needed internal ones because these ones were used all the time. An internal one looks like this. And by the way, these are, you can reverse hand them, left, right. So really, a bit annoyed that they didn't, they're not internals, but I'm not really complaining because one of these will set me back 60, 70, 80, 90 bucks. And these are all brand new in the box. I mean, some of the boxes are a bit bad. I look at the box, it's a little bit rough, it's got dust on it. I'm going to add some more dust to it, and they look like they've been sitting on the shelf for 15 years, but they're probably going to sit on my shelf for another 15 until I go through all of these. So this is the thing, now I've got to work out a way to go through them all. I mean, we'll probably go through this many in a year. I'm probably going to be a locksmith for a long time to go, so it looks like I've got the next 10 year worth of handles to go. The only problem is, but these external ones here, external with no cylinder hole, that really sucks, and they're not internal, so I can't use them as internal. These ones here are internal plate with cylinder hole, so they've got me there again, because they've got the cylinder hole where I don't want it, and they've got the holes coming through here. So out of all of them, so basically these ones here is this one here with the holes. So that's going to be the hardest one to use. I mean, I could come up with some sort of dome nut, drill it through and screw it from the back. That's probably what I'll have to do. Come up with a mushroom nut and just drill it out a little bit, mushroom nut it, and use them that way. So that's doable. These ones right here, well, the only thing I can think of about doing it is probably just drilling them out. Drill straight through here, center it, put a countersink on it, and then turn these externals into internals. That's probably about the best thing I can kind of do with them. So all of these ones here, yeah, a little bit of work, I'll turn them into internal handles, but 92 to 96, that's a lot of internal handles. So that's not much fun there. These ones here I'm happy with. I can do something with these. These internal ones here, well, they're good, but I'm going to have to go buy some mushroom nuts to make all them work. Now let's just look at the quality of it. Here's a Lockwood right in my hand, and here is this one here. So spring for spring, yeah, good. The drive, all the footprints the same, a little bit bigger on like a couple of mil bigger, but the actual spacing, screws are the same, spindles the same, so I'm really happy there. At least it wasn't an odd configuration. If these were an odd configuration, these would be going in the scrap bin because I wouldn't be able to do anything with them. These are commonly broken too. A lot of people, they climb on them, they break them. It's on a 3582 lock, and or SM2 carber lock. A lot of people, when it's locked, they try and force it, ends up breaking the lock. Yeah, so these do get replaced quite a bit. I just want to show you quality once again. So I showed you Lockwood. I'll show you Lockwood once more. Solid. These things are solid. That's solid brass. That's solid brass. So I'm happy there. I really thought when I saw this lot, I thought I'm going to get dudded, and I know what they're going to give me. They're going to give me a whole batch of these things. Now, when you look at it, you can't really tell the difference. So when you flip it over, you can see. I don't know. What you would call less than made in China. I mean, China makes some good stuff these days, so you can't even say it's made in China. And Taiwan used to be, oh, made in Taiwan. Not anymore. Taiwan makes some good stuff too. So I guess you could say this is, I don't know where you'd say it's made, but it's cheap, it's nasty. Mild steel, bent into shape because it's not solid. See that, how they've just bent it? And then all these parts in here, they've just used a bit of steel, bent it round. So this is the most cheapest, nastiest handle you can get. I thought I'd end up with a batch of these. I didn't. I ended up with these ones here, which are solid handle, solid brass, and coated. As where this one here's just been like kind of polished. So I'm pretty happy there. All right. So comparing it to a carber, I mean they look pretty good. Spring setup, almost identical. Some of these even come with an external extra spring as well, so I think that's pretty cool because you can probably use them later on down the track for people who've got saggy handles. The spindle drive's the same. The handing on it's a little bit better. This one here, you know, it's got this stopper thing here, so you just basically turn it around there. There's your left, there's your right, there's your left, and there's your right. Oh, the spring bounced out. Don't worry, it won't be able to do that once it's on the door, because the face of the door will hold it. Meat around here, there seems to be the same amount of meat. Circlip looks the same. So all in all, I mean, I can't fault it as a bad product or a less type product. It seems good enough. Now the only thing is, how do I use some of these as an external? The only way I can use some of these as an external handle, so basically like that, is to basically set up a jig, get the mill in there and mill these cylinder holes in, which I'm probably not going to do. All I'm going to do is I'm going to use these ones as external handles, put those mushroom nuts in it, drill it out, put the mushroom nut, and do it that way. Yeah, I mean, there's not really too much you can do. These ones actually have the hole like this on them. They've got the hole with the cylinder, so they'd be perfect for outside, except they've got the hole. So mushroom nut those and they'll be done. These ones here is this one here, so of course it's internal, so really, sorry, I've got external ones, so really the only thing I really want is internal. So I'm going to drill these out and turn them into this product here. That way I'll get more use out of them. But all in all, for what I purchased, yeah, I didn't get dudded. Look, I got a whole heap of locks that I'm going to be encumbered with for some time yet to come. They seem good enough, and if each one of these, look, if I used half of these, there's over how many did we say? I think there was 90. Another it was 90 of one, another 30 of that one, and another 20 of that. So if you add them all up, you know, let's just say 130 in total, and normally I'm paying let's say at best $60 if I buy in bulk for one handle. So yeah, there is a bit of savings there, definitely a bit of savings. So that's better than purchasing them each and every time anyway. So I'm kind of happy but kind of not, because now I've got to drill them out and work on them. There'll be some I can just use straight out of the box, you know, there's these ones straight out of the box I can use. But I mean, all in all, I'm pretty happy with my auction lot. It did cost me $100 to get the palleted interstate. They put it on a pallet, then you pick it up from the warehouse. That was pretty cool. It cost me to get this maybe 100 kilos or something. It was a quarter of a pallet. To get that, it cost me $50 to get the pallet packed. They put it on a pallet, they wrapped some black stuff around it. It cost me $50 just for that. Then it cost me another $100 to get it trucked interstate, and we rocked up. They brought the forklift out, put it there, we just threw it in the back of the car, and away we went. So that was really cool. $100. I mean, if I was just to send out 2 of these with my local Australia post, it would cost me $12. So if you think about it like that, you could, you know, if I was to get this sent by Australia Post, it would probably cost me an extra $200-300. So the question is, all up, how much did I pay for this at auction? Okay, I paid $52 for these. 52 for all of these. So did I get dudded? No, I don't think I did. I can work with this. I'm pretty happy with them. Yeah, and if you do have a big job coming up and you want to work with some of these, let me know. I'll do you a good price on them, because yeah, nobody kind of likes paying $80-90 a handle. But anyway, that's a success from the lock auction. Just to show you what's in the box there, because I've ranted enough. You get a spindle with one of those internal spindle springs. So it's not like a spindle where the spring goes on the back, the spring actually goes into it. Some of these screws here which have that cut down section, so you just cut them down to the size. Then you got some washer. I don't know why you got the washer. You got the handle in the plastic. Look at that, spring already in there. So that's pretty cool. On 1 or 2 of them I did see an extra spring in there, and I don't know why, like an extra lever spring, not spindle spring, lever spring. So that was interesting too. Seems like they throw in a few little goodies along the way. So that's that one there. This one here, have a quick look. Some of the boxes are a little bit dirty, but doesn't matter. See, this really, this is, you know, annoying. You got the cylinder hole, which is great, but then you got these holes here on the outside. So a blind, I don't know what they call them. Here's another thing, different locksmiths call different things. We would call it a blind nut, or what we call a sex nut. So it's like a mushroom, you put it through there and it'll have a screw thread on this side. Just like a blind nut, you put it in, it'll have a dome on this side and a shaft on this side that you can actually screw into. So a blind nut, dome nut, you know what, if you know what they are too, leave it on in the description please, because I'll need to go to Alibaba and buy probably about 30 of them. So anyway, that's what I got at auction. The only ones I'm really not keen on doing is carving in the cylinder holes into these ones and turning these ones into external with cylinder hole, because honestly, to set up a jig and to carve in a cylinder hole like this, I mean, I know it's no big deal. You get the right size, mill, and you just basically down and down and down, you put it in a little jig. But to set up that, to go through that's annoying. So I think I'm going to work with the blind nut for now and see how that goes. Okay, thanks for watching.